Just like many of you, my whole entire life I've been living against the odds. More than ever in my life I am focused, serving hope to the hopeless, while living against the odds. I'm from the mud, the dirt of society, and that created this driving me to help the whole world that's living against the odds. I know some of you are struggling and probably pissed at God. I was too, but I realized nothing happened to me, it happened for me. Here to tell the story of everyone that's living against the odds. My parents did the best they could, but I felt like I wasn't loved in my childhood. Made bad decisions which paved the way, but I had to go through it to grow through it so I can serve the world today. Suffered anxiety and drug abuse, mentally not right, a couple screws were loose and still are, but I learned how to handle it. Realized I'll never get rid of it, so I had to channel it for good. I'll always be an addict, but now I am addicted to all this hope I give to you. Yo, I'm living proof that if you change your mind, you can change your life. Rest in peace to the old me, cause he had to die. I am redeemed, sober, recovered, clean. I ain't give it up, just had to switch it up the way I fiend. Now I fiend for the opposite on a positive level, against the odds. More than ever in my life I am focused, serving hope to the hope.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? For real, it's Saturday night and we are live. It's 8 p.m. and we are here to share some hope, y'all. Some hope. That's what we're here to share to do. Hold up. I'm excited. I'm excited, y'all. I get tongue-tied too. I'm excited. Today, I'm excited. We got a special guest behind the stage. Tonight, she's going to share her hope, her testimony. What happened? What it's like today, y'all. This is important. If you could do me a solid, y'all. Do me a solid. Share this live on your page. Share this live on your page, on your platform, on your business page. Share this live in your community group. Share this live in your recovery group. Share this live so we can get this live and this message that's going to be a part of this live, this message of hope out to someone tonight that's struggling, y'all. Someone tonight is struggling. Let's just keep it 100. Let's just keep it real. Someone tonight is struggling, y'all. We want to get this live shared out because someone tonight needs to hear this message, y'all. And I'm going to bring up our special guest tonight. Y'all help me welcome my friend and my sister, Markie. What's up, sister?
Hey, guys. Hey.
I see you back there. I've seen you the whole time. I love it.
Oh, yeah, just a little nervous.
Yeah, that's cool. I was nervous, too. They could tell. We all get a little nervous. We all get a little nervous when we come on here and we get out of our comfort zone. We get out of our comfort zone and we do something for someone else. This can get us a little nervous. It can get us some anxiety, y'all. But what do we do anyway? We face it anyway because it's for the greater good, y'all. It's for the greater good. Markie's here telling her story tonight. She's here to tell us that we do recover.
Yes, we do.
She lived a life that she doesn't live anymore today, that she lived a life that she didn't think she could overcome, y'all. And she's here to tell us how she overcame that life and what she did. Man, I'm excited to announce my friend Markie to tell her story tonight on Against the Odds Saturday Night Live. If you haven't, y'all, share this live. Share this live on your page. Share this live on your feed. Let's get some love on the screen. Let's get some hearts going on the screen. Let's show Markie some love as she shares her testimony of hope, y'all, of what happened and what it's like today. For real, y'all, her experience, her strength, and her hope tonight. Without further ado, Markie, let's take it away. Let's take it away, sister. I know you got this.
All right.
God is good.
Yeah, so I'm going to apologize at first. I might sound a little congested. I'm just getting over a sickness. But where it all began, I grew up in a family of drug addicts and alcoholics. So, I thought it was normal. But I always told myself I wasn't going to be that way when I got older. I was the kid in the backseat of the car with the window down. Like, I don't want to smell this stuff. I don't know. I wasn't in my path of life, I guess, to be an alcoholic and a drug addict. My brother went to prison at a young age, and he was my best friend, and I really looked up to him. I was sexually assaulted when I was in kindergarten. It was by my brother's friends or something like that. I don't know how it went down. But it's been tough. I mean, I didn't talk about it until I was 17, and I ran into the guy at a gas station. It was very hard for me. I was with some friends. I hid in the bathroom for like 30 minutes because I didn't want to see this guy. It just brought back all this trauma and this horrible experience, and it made it really hard. So I figured that was the time I needed to tell my parents. So I actually went home and I told my dad about it. And I've never really fully talked about that with anyone besides my family. So it's crazy to say it on here. One of the guys is actually in the Mower County Jail where I'm from. He's actually in jail right now. So, I mean, I check the roster all the time because it's just seeing people and everything like that. And I seen him on there, and it blew my mind to see that guy's face. Because, I mean, he never got in trouble for what he did to me because I never did anything about it. So karma, I guess. He's in jail. So it was just tough. My brother went to prison. I was probably 12, 13. I started using marijuana at first, and I hid it forever. It was just none of my friends really did it. I mean, I had a couple select friends that did it, but like where I grew up in Iowa. I mean, I went to 13 different schools, but I mainly grew up in Iowa, and they didn't smoke weed. None of my friends did. They didn't smoke weed. They were all drinkers, and I became like a huge drinker from hanging out with all of them. And I wouldn't just drink to have fun. I drank till I blacked out, and I was in that field. I was gone. It was a very fast-lived lifestyle. I mean, one homecoming, we took a conversion van and we went and put it in the teacher's front yard and got stuck, and it was just a crazy, crazy night. But I didn't ever plan that, I guess. I moved in 9th grade from Iowa back to Minnesota, where I'm originally from, and I stopped drinking. I didn't pick it up around here. I tried to act like I never drank before, tried to start that whole new life over. But when you pick up, it's just like you pick up right where you left off. So it was like just to the races again. And I don't know. I got mixed in with a bad crowd. I mean, I never really got in trouble. There's this officer who tried to come at me 26 different times or something, I counted. And he never really could get me on anything. It's just the people I hung out with all did hardcore stuff, and I didn't realize that's the kind of people I surrounded myself with, and it just made it difficult to, I don't know where I'm going with that, but the people I hung out with, I didn't realize it. So I mean, I'm getting interviewed by detectives left and right, and I didn't realize it at the time. I'm getting nervous now. I need to put my phone away.
Put that phone away. Put that phone away.
I know you told me not to have it out. I don't have it out.
See what happens?
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. You were right. Okay.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good though. Yeah. That's how we know we're real, y'all. That's how we know we're keeping it real here. That's right. We can get nervous. It's okay. I get so nervous. You're doing a great job, sister. I want you to know that. I want you to know that you're doing a great job and you're sharing from your heart right now, and we know it. And the comments are lighting up, especially when you shared your past, and I know that was tough for you.
Yeah.
You were talking about hanging around the wrong people, getting accepted by the wrong people.
Yep. Okay. Yes. So back to that, hanging around the wrong people. They all ended up on probation or they'd get sent away for missing school and stuff like that. But I was 18 at the time. I mean, I'm still in high school because I was a super, super senior. So I was still in high school, but I was hanging around all these kids, and oh shit. I didn't ever get in trouble that way. I didn't get put on probation for 10 years later, but that's down the road. And I thought I made it through. I thought I got through all that, and I was just going to be able to live life after that. But then I moved kind of up into the cities, and one of my best friends had passed away. He actually got really drunk one night and shot himself. And it really like tore my whole life apart. I was just full-blown drunk all the time, every day, all day. I didn't know what was up and what was down. And I was living up in the cities, and I left this show at this club up in the cities, and I only had like a double shot of Jameson and like a mixed drink or whatever, I think. And I got pulled over by the Hennepin County Airport police. And I didn't realize that they had an airport police, I guess, that patrolled outside. I thought it was the airport. So I got taken back to the airport, and I blew a .09. So I didn't think it was like that big of a deal. That's something I've learned in recovery, that, I mean, that's a big deal. I shouldn't have made such jokes about that growing up. I mean, I didn't think it was a huge deal at the time. So I just kept on drinking, and it just escalated from there. The guy that pulled me over, my grandma used to cut his hair. So, I mean, small world. Like, my grandma lives in southern Minnesota, and this is in the middle of Minnesota, and this dude knew my grandma. So I ended up he brought me home that night, and I ended up going and staying back down with my parents because I couldn't drive anymore, and I'm up in the cities, and I just didn't want to be around it. I wanted to do something. I wanted to change, but I didn't know how. And I ended up back in Austin. And I mean, a lot of people say you can't get out of that town, and it's not. I've come to realize it's not the town, it's the people you surround yourself with. Excuse me. And so going back to that town is probably one of my biggest mistakes. I mean, I started going to the bar all the time, and I became one of them people that was like always at the bars, and I was there so much. I started dating a guy that worked there. I don't know. I was there so much they offered me a job. So I was working there, and it's this little small town bar, and everybody there, they all do coke. So it's just, that was something I never tried before. I mean, I smoked marijuana and I drank. So here I am, like 23, 24, and starting to do cocaine. And I thought I was in this relationship with this guy who I loved. I mean, we were together for 4 years, and it was really cloudy, honestly. I was on drugs the whole time. I was drinking the whole time. I mean, we fought all the time. I mean, I beat the shit out of him. He beat the shit out of me. It was a very toxic relationship. And in the end of that, towards the end of that, I guess, I got my second DUI. And that's when I got pulled over. There was drugs in the car. I got charged with them. And then I blew almost like a .3 or something. And I went to jail, and I don't know, I got out, and at first I wanted to change, but I still had them same people, places, and things. And I kept surrounding myself with them. I mean, I got out of jail, and the first thing I did is I went to the bar. I mean, I didn't drink, and there was just this people in there, and they're like, "Oh, you're not gonna drink?" And I'm like, "No." And I didn't drink, and I thought I was gonna be able to hang out with all these people and not drink. And this was in August of 2020, I want to say 2019. I can't even remember it now. My month or my years are all messed up. But anyways, I thought that I could stop drinking. And from August to like January of 2021, I drank on and off and on and off and on and off, and did drugs on and off and on and off, until I ended up calling this treatment place. I got high all night long. I drank all night long, and I called the treatment place, and I waited till they opened at 8 in the morning, and I called them right away. And I was just bawling, drunk on my floor, high on my floor, and I wanted help, but I didn't know how to ask for it really. Excuse me, I'm like losing my voice. And that was like a turning point right there, I guess. Was calling Angie, her name is. She's a sweetheart. I called her, and I mean, I don't really remember a lot of the conversation. I just remember I signed myself up for treatment that day. And it was probably the best decision I ever made. I got into treatment, and it was like 8 months long. I loved every minute of it. I think I stayed longer than I was supposed to. I learned so many things about myself, and it was just a wonderful experience. We had a counselor, and then we had like a temp guy or something. I don't know what you call him. He was becoming a counselor, and they'd call me junior counselor because I participated so much. I'm losing my voice. I hate being sick, dude.
You're doing great. You can take a break. Take a little breather. Go
Your
ahead.
turn.
Take a drink of water. Take a drink of water. We ain't in no rush.
Thank God.
Yeah, we're not in no rush. No. Yeah.
I got babies
Y'all,
downstairs crying.
Markie's not feeling that well tonight, y'all, and she's still coming on here. She's still sharing her story, y'all. So let's show her a lot of love. Let's show her a lot of love and encouragement, because
4
it's
babies
not easy.
downstairs that are crying. They're sick too.
Sick children too.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your hope with us. Thank you. I'm excited to hear more of it, but I do want to let you know that how grateful we are that you came on and shared your story, even though you're not feeling well. We can see that. We can see that, sister. We appreciate it.
That's great. Sickness is the worst, especially as kids, man. Up all night, puking babies is just horrible. And I'm puking because they're puking. It's never ending cycle. But while we're at a pause right here, I just wanted to give a quick little shout out that my brother's got 9 months sober tomorrow.
That's right. What's his name?
Joshua.
Yeah. Joshua, congratulations. 9 months tomorrow.
He'd be on here, but he doesn't believe in social media and all that stuff. So yeah. So
I met him.
Yeah, he's cool shit.
Nice guy.
And then my buddy Robert, he's got 6 months today. So I just want to say I'm really proud of him. He loves your lives. He watches your lives all the time. He's so into this. But I just want to say I'm really proud of him. Me and my dad helped him out of a really dark struggle. So I'm just glad to see he's got 6 months today. He told me to talk about him the whole live, but I mean, I ain't got time for that.
even though he might want us to. I think I know who you're talking about. Robert. Yeah.
Yeah. He's good.
He's a good guy. Congratulations, Robert. On 6 months. For real. There he is. He said, hey, hold on. Let me put it up there so you can see him. Well, there he is.
Now you broke it. Hey.
There he is. I knew it was him.
All right. Back to where I was at, though. Joining treatment. Yeah, I printed this thing out so I could try to stay on track, but it's not really working. I'm jumbled a little bit. Anyways, I joined treatment and I loved it. I actually just went back there. I'll skip ahead a little bit. I just went back there on my 1 year and I thanked them. And it was funny because I went in and the guy was busy and the lady's like, well, come back tomorrow. He won't be busy tomorrow. And she told him about it. She's like, yeah, you had a visitor today, but you were busy. So we told her to come back tomorrow. And she didn't say her, I guess. He's like, was it a male or a female? And she's like, a female. And he's like, was it Markie? And I asked him when I seen him the next day, I was like, why would you think it was me? Like, why would you guess me of all people? And he's like, because nobody in their right mind would want to come to treatment on their own free will, like, and talk and whatever. Because I loved it so much. I didn't want to leave. I was scared to leave because I was scared of the world out there. Because it was like a set schedule. I mean, it was like every day and then a couple days and then a day. And I mean, that's just what I did on them days. And I was worried about like what I would do when I didn't have to do those days anymore. But I have to say it was honestly the best decision of my life. And I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, I actually been to Fountain Centers. That's where I went. I went to Fountain Centers when I was a kid. My parents both attended Fountain Centers multiple times. So I grew up with addiction and I grew up in recovery kind of too. I mean, I went to AA meetings as a kid. I went to all their little dances and stuff. But as a kid, I didn't really understand what that was. I made a joke in a meeting a while back when I got my token or whatever. I said, I was like, if I didn't take all those from my dad's pockets when I was a kid because I thought they were shiny and cool, he might have stayed sober. But I mean, I didn't know what they were as a kid, and you can't make someone stay sober. It's their own choice. But I just want to say also, I'm very proud of my dad because I do this whole recovery thing with my dad. He actually is the one who got me into recovery. He went to detox on Thanksgiving of last year. Yeah, last year. And saved his life, and it ended up saving mine. My dad is my number one best friend. We talk every day, all day, sometimes too many times a day. He probably gets annoyed of it, but I am his baby girl, and I couldn't do this whole recovery thing without him. He is my rock, that's for sure. So I'm very proud of him. He's watching right now, and he's got my grandma watching too. So that's why I'm also nervous on what I'm saying, because my grandma's never really heard a lot of the things that have happened. So I mean, I skipped a few things here and there because I don't know, I was nervous, I guess. But back to where I was at. So treatment, I graduated that with flying colors. I mean, it was great. I loved it, and I was attending meetings during that time as well. I was doing that 90 and 90. I hadn't got a sponsor yet, but I actually did 90 meetings in 60 days. And then I found a sponsor. She was actually super cool. We just didn't really work. I mean, I don't know. We just didn't click, I guess. But I have another sponsor now because I don't know. You need a sponsor in this program. I'm just going to say that. I mean, you need a sponsor. And so I have another one now. She's great. I call her all the time, man. She calls me. I mean, we bounce ideas off each other, and she bounces them off her sponsor, who's like a very older lady who's the sweetest woman in America. And so it's just great. I really enjoy my sponsor. I don't want to drop names because I don't know if she'd feel comfortable with that with all the people and stuff. But she's a great woman. And then in my recovery life, I guess, I've helped some women through this. I've only been sober a year and 1 month and 15 days, I think is what it said when I checked earlier today. 411 days. But I've helped quite a few people, but this one that really hits hard is on my 1 year. I helped her actually like months before that, but she showed up on my 1 year because she graduated this woman's treatment, and she was actually pregnant when I helped her. I helped her get out of a house that she didn't need to be in. I mean, there's like drugs, there's prostitution, there's all this stuff, and she's pregnant. So me and my dad, we did a call, and we went over there, and we got her, and we brought her to a woman's halfway house, and she ended up having her baby. And it's like 1 out of 8 kids that she has full custody of, because we brought her there, and she showed up with that kid on my 1 year. And I walked in, I had this whole thing. I was going to thank everybody, and it was going to be great, and unicorns and rainbows, you know. But I walked in, and I seen her, and I just lost it. Full tears right when I walk in, and I lost her. I thanked her. That was what my speech was I thanked her for being there, because it showed me that like we do recover. I mean, she was in a really horrible situation, and I was just very proud to be able to help her out of that. But water break real quick.
Yeah, perfect.
But no, I got my 1 year, and I'm actually on felony DOC probation, so I write down all the meetings I go to. I'm a writer downer. I hate it. It's embarrassing. I feel like going to meetings and having people sign your papers and stuff like that, because there's people that do that. They go to meetings, they sign their paper, and they dip out. They ain't about it, and that bothers me. So I have to ask people. I don't do it anymore now that I've got a 1 year full of writings and stuff. But I was always so embarrassed, especially if I went into a new meeting and I had to have someone sign my sheet, because I mean I'd never been in this meeting before, and they gotta sign my sheet, and I mean they're probably like, oh, she's not about it. She's just here for court and stuff like that. And I was actually attending meetings before I went to court. I wasn't ordered to be there at all. I think I completed my 90 meetings in 60 days before I even went to court. So it was crazy. having to write all that stuff down, I went and looked over it when I got my year, and I went to over 400 meetings in like 365 days. So that's like a lot of meetings. I mean, I don't work, so I mean, I have had the time to do it. But I mean, when I first got in there, going to meetings in the morning, it made my days start so much better. I started on a clean slate. I could just talk, and them old timers, man. My dad made a joke the other day about how when he used to go to meetings, he said, I keep coming there and they're still there, so obviously it doesn't work. I'm like, no, dude. Like he's like, he realized it does work because they're there. I mean, they got like 40, 50 some years sobriety and they're still there just chilling. But then no, I'd go to my night meetings because then I could fall asleep better at night. Because I worry, I think, a lot, and being able to go to a meeting and talk about my day and just talk to people that understand it. Oh, kids slamming doors. Sorry.
Didn't even hear it.
You didn't hear it? Oh,
I don't think so.
Good. Okay. They're little terrorists. They're all sick, so they're all crabby. But no, going to night meetings, like if I missed a night meeting when I first got into early recovery, I couldn't sleep at night. It was just, I thought about too much stuff. I thought about just everything. But meetings and fellowship is what saved my life, honestly. When it was like warm out, we did like sports and stuff. I'm not very a sporty person or nothing, but I joined our sober kickball team. It was fun, but it was also difficult because on the same aspect of it, we're a sober kickball team, but all the other teams are all alcoholics. So I mean, it was tough. I mean, I'm playing against old coworkers, old friends I used to drink with, and I mean, it made it a lot easier to be surrounded by people in recovery. But I don't suggest that to anyone that's new into recovery to join a sober kickball team unless you can handle that. I could handle it. It didn't really get under my skin that much. I mean, I don't know, but I don't suggest to do stuff like that. And no, we play cards and stuff a lot out at the club. Do bingo on Sundays. I mean, we all get together. It's been a while since I've really gotten together with anyone. I actually moved out of Austin. I live in Waseca now, and so I make it over there I run a Tuesday night meeting. It's an AA big book study, and we just started over reading the book again. We just finished it. We read a chapter each meeting or half a chapter if it's a long one. But I go over there for that. And then my Thursday night meetings for my dad. He does speaker meetings on Thursday, which Phil actually has attended before. And they're pretty good. But meetings is, a lot of people hate the saying, but meeting makers make it. I mean, a lot of people hate it because it goes both ways. I mean, people can go to a lot of meetings and they won't make it. But in my heart, just because it worked for me, that I made it. But I don't know. Hold on, let me go over this really quick. Oh, yeah. I was going to talk about, I don't know.
We got time. We got time. Just know that. Just know that we have time. We still got about a half hour left. So we still got time.
Quit watching the time. No.
Can you see the time?
I can see the time.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if you could.
Yeah, I can definitely see the time. I didn't talk about it a lot. My Aunt Michelle, I have it written down here in my notes. Like growing up with my parents and stuff like that, being users and then fighting all the time and just ended up in treatment and stuff like that. My Aunt Michelle, she raised me for a lot of my life. And then she passed away at a young age. Right around the same time my brother went to prison. So, I mean, my parents were all messed up in their own situations. They didn't realize that was a big part of why I started doing what I did. Was just because I just felt lost and like defeated. I don't know. I'm so sick of being sick, man. Ugh. I've lost a lot of friends to drug overdoses in the last couple years, and I don't even know. It's just that fentanyl it's getting really, really, really bad out there. And I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I read about it on the news all the time. I see it in my own hometown, and it just scares me for my friends that are still friends, if you want to call them, I guess, people that I associated with back in the day that are still out there and they still use, because it's just getting in everything. And like, I don't know. I just wish I could just go out and save everybody, but you can't do it. I mean, I wish I could just go shake everyone. But you can't. Like, it's relieving for me to have my dad and my brother in sobriety with me. Because like my dad always says, he knows his kids are safe. But it's tough at the same time because my mom also drinks still heavily, but she's slowed down kinda. And she smokes weed. And it's difficult. I mean, I love my mom. We were never really close growing up because I was more of a daddy's girl. And we never really got along. I don't really want to bash my mom, but we just, I don't know, we didn't really connect. We didn't have that like mother-daughter bond. And I don't know. So now it's difficult going over and seeing my dad, my mom, and being around that. I just talked to my probation officer about it the other day too. It's just, I wish I could just go shake her and be like, get sober. But I can't, and it's hard. It's really, really difficult. She reached out to me the other day for help, and I went and helped her. Kids are knocking on the door now. But
Okay.
But
My kids do the same thing. Have you seen it? When
yeah.
Leo comes in?
Yeah.
It's all good.
But I just wish I could. But I hope she sees it in me and my dad and my brother and wants to join us on this awesome little adventure. I had so much more I wanted to say, but I just got uncomfortable and skipped. But I don't know, got nervous.
You got nervous?
Yeah, dude. Didn't you see me when we were getting on the live? I'm like, no.
I seen you in the background. Like, I thought you were like, yeah, he's pumped. Let's do it.
No, not.
No, I seen you. I was just.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were like, yeah,
I was like, no, we can't do this.
You did do great.
But no, like I said earlier, like if you're comfortable in sobriety, you're about to relapse, man. You're about to go back out there. You got to be uncomfortable. I feel like you got to keep changing and growing and learning. So I mean, I am so uncomfortable doing this, but I'm here. I mean, I might not have said something that would help somebody, but I might have. I don't know. That's just how it is, I guess. This is only my second time speaking, so don't shoot your wounded, man. Be nice to me out there.
They're loving you up. You're doing a great job.
No.
Just so you know.
No, don't
all the time. You a natural.
No, I'm not. No.
We're gonna get you on the camera a lot more.
No, we're not. I hate it. I think I don't know.
So, one of the things that you said, look, your dad said something. So your dad said something. Man, people are just throwing them up right now. Let's just give you some love out there. I want you to see this. Because when you're talking, I don't want to throw this up there because I don't want to throw you off.
Yeah.
Keep going. But look at the love on this page. Look at, I mean, they're just coming in right now. These are constant. I got one after the other.
Stop right there.
What in the God's name?
Okay, so we have this thing at our club. The guys all started it, but I joined in, where they do like the thing. Where's the camera? This thing, you know? And
oh yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta do it like below yourself. Yeah. And then you punch them, and it's just the guys do it or whatever. And my dad's a part of the guys, and I'm a part of the guys too. And they started doing it, and they send some pretty stuff I can't talk about, but not to me because they know better. But I hear about it, so I sent them a picture of me doing that with my cat's butthole, like right there. So then I made some of the guys in sobriety, I made them mugs, because I have a mug press with like the symbol with like a cat's butthole, and they drink their coffee out of them at meetings and stuff. So that's what that's about. I mean, we just joke around, we have fun. I mean, if you're not laughing in recovery, you're not living, man.
That's right. That's right. That's the real stuff.
I can't believe you put that on there. Tell them about the butthole mug.
I can't believe I clicked it. Let's just keep it real. I can't believe I clicked it because I wasn't really wild. I was like, man, they're just coming in hot. And then I clicked one and you go, hold that one. And I look and I'm like, I cannot believe I clicked that. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I can't believe I actually just clicked that one.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeremy.
Where is he? I'm looking for him. Let's see his next comment. Wait, here's some more comments after that. Well, look, we even got this one.
Oh, Kenzie.
Someone remembers that.
I don't remember it. Oh. It's hard to sit in one spot.
Ask a couple questions. They want to know if they can ask some questions.
Sure.
We got a few minutes. We definitely can answer some questions. We can hang out for a little bit. Yeah, we got some time. We can answer questions if you guys want to talk about the butthole gang, or game or whatever they're playing. You know,
the butthole gang.
The butthole game is what I
You said gang.
No, I did say gang. I did. It was a total accident. But they do have some questions. Let me see. Amanda has a question.
Oh, man. Biggest thing I want to share for newcomers. I mean, just keep coming back. Do not get into a relationship your first year of recovery. That's probably a smart one. Women, stay away from the men. Men, stay away from the women. I mean, just find some women if you're a woman, or find some man if you're a man when you first get into recovery. Because I made that mistake. Oh, let's be real. I made the mistake of getting into a relationship my first year of recovery. Not in it anymore. That's all I got to say. Not in it anymore.
And thank God you didn't relapse, sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the severity of it. That's why you're telling them not to get in it. Yeah. Not because it's, because, hey, it's risky, ain't it?
Yeah. And you don't know who you are. I mean, you don't know who you are. And I'm not going to dog on the person or nothing like that. It's just, I didn't know who I was. I mean, I was still lost in my mind at the time. And I don't recommend getting in a relationship your first year of recovery. And I'm sure there's people from my town, they're like, ha, 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 laughing at me right now for saying that, because they told me. They're like, don't do it. Don't do it. And I didn't listen. But I mean, that's how a lot of things in my life happen. You get told not to do it and you do it. Like, let's do it. I mean, you say, no, let's go. So, yeah, just don't do that.
Learn from other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
The thing is what's true is, sometimes our best teacher can be our own mistakes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's people that tell us things like, hey, don't do that. And then you go do it. And then it's the humiliation or the humbling experience when they're like, told you so. Like, hey, like, yeah, look what's going on in your life right now. What did we say over here? And look over here.
And then that's kind of
humbling, and it can teach us.
Like, I don't want to, it just makes it weird. I mean, that guy doesn't go to meetings anymore at the club, and he's the president of the club. So, I mean, he just became the president. So it's kind of like he doesn't want to see me there because I'm his ex and I left him. And it just creates so much drama you don't need in your safe space. Like my meeting place is my safe space. So by getting into that relationship, it kind of messed with it. And I don't let it get to me, because I know if I don't go to meetings that I'm going to end up back out there. But I can't say much about the other person. I mean, they don't go. So it's... Psh. Lisa, Good one. My moment of clarity. My dad calling me. He doesn't remember any of this. My dad calling me, and I lived 4 blocks down the street from him at the time, calling me to come over because he's going to detox. And I went over there, and I was drunk. I was high. I drove down the street over to his house, and he was laying in his bed, and he was damn near dead. I mean, I've seen my dad go to treatment many times, and I've seen him drunk many times, but I've never seen him like that. And I don't know, it broke my heart. And when he left to get help is when I kind of went over the deep end, and I got super messed up to handle it at first. And then that's when I thought to myself, like, I don't want to live this way anymore. It was in the middle of the night. I was on Googling how to get help. I mean, I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know where to reach out to. My dad was not there. And he's my number one person to reach out to for stuff like that. And so I Googled just treatment centers, and I signed myself up. I mean, I don't know. I didn't want to see my dad like that, and I didn't want him to see me like that, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. There's many a times where we were like 2 peas in the pod. So I don't know. I didn't want to live that way anymore. I mean, there's times me and my dad got kicked out of like 4 bars in one night. And I'm a small human, like super small human. So, I mean, I get very aggressive and very mean when I drink if you say the wrong things, or if I portray you saying the wrong things. Like, you might not have said the wrong thing, but I took it wrong and I just acted. And I used to just live that lifestyle, and I didn't want to do it anymore. I wanted to have good, fun memories with my dad. So I'd have to say my moment of clarity was my dad getting help and me realizing that I need help.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That is what's up. I love moments of clarity. We get them all the time. The time. I love the first couple because they're so important. And they're so important. And then as we keep doing this one day at a time, those moments of clarity come in. They come in, and they just keep coming, and they're not so surprising because we've had them before. And then I start to call them revelations, or I start to say, hey, God's showing me something today, y'all. God's showing me something today, because that's what it is. And I want to say something, because you said this a few times, and I want to say this because I did write it down. So I got a couple pieces of paper. I'm really not organized. I'm over here scratching stuff down. The first piece of paper I wrote, I wanted to get help, but didn't know how to get it. Then you said, then you were talking about your moment of clarity, and you said that, I wanted help, but I didn't know how to get it. So I was on the internet. I was on Google, right? I was searching. People, This is why we're here. This is why this page is here. This is why this platform is here, because people don't know there's a solution. They want help and they don't know how to get it. They're going on Google. They're going on their phones, y'all. So this is huge. And I just wanted to, she touched on that twice. And that's why she's here. And guess what? Guess how I met Markie? I met Markie on Facebook. Right here. Right. Yep. We met each other through this platform, through this page. I went down and spoke at her. It was her dad that asked me to speak. And then her dad told me about his daughter that had a recovery birthday, and he was very proud about it. We got to share Markie's testimony on the page the day she was 1 year sober. I reached out to her. She was cool. She put together a testimony really quick, and we got to share it. And then, we got to connect at a 12-step meeting down in Austin, Minnesota. And the rest has been history, y'all. But the thing is people don't know there's a solution out there, y'all. And when they don't know what to do, they're going to go to technology, because Google is, Google got a lot of resources, y'all. It does. And I just wanted to reiterate that. That's why we're here. That's why we shared the live tonight. That's why we're here. That's why we're commenting. That's why we're coming together. That's why we're here supporting you, sister. Because another thing you said is you hope that something that you said can resonate with somebody. I want to promise you something. Your story is going to help more people than you would ever know, especially telling it on a platform like we're on right here. Especially telling it on a platform like we're on right here. This story is going to reach people that you don't even know. Sister, they're gonna be reaching out to you a couple years later, hopefully. You just never know. And they're gonna say, I listened to your story one time and I went to treatment a couple weeks later, maybe a couple years later. It doesn't matter. We sprinkle these seeds of hope. And people's lives will change years and years later. It happened for me. It wasn't my first time when I made it to, this time in recovery. It was like my 5th or 6th time. You know what I mean? But I always remember the hope that someone put in my life. So I knew that I could recover, right? I knew that there was a way, but I just didn't know how to get there. You told us how to get there, sister. You told us how you got there. You said meeting makers make it. That's how you made it. You went to all those meetings. Bang, 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 and you stayed grounded in those meetings. You said, I had to get a sponsor. Me too. I'm the same way. I had to get a sponsor. When I was sitting in prison and people were carrying the message inside that prison, when I had one of my moments of clarity, the moment of clarity was, hey, everything that you've been doing in those meetings has been wrong. You need to get out, get a sponsor, work the steps, and go to meetings to help people. That's what that was my moment of clarity. And I was like, okay, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, God, okay, I feel you. I feel you. That someone came and brought that in, and it resonated with me. It was a little bit of hope that said, you know what? This guy says this is the way he did it. I think I could do it that way too. The same thing with you. You say that's the way you did it. Hopefully someone out here on this live underneath us here on these comments, hopefully someone's out there saying, yeah, I could do that too. I'm no different than Markie. I remember Markie back in the day. She was a mess. She was a mess. That's what we want people to say that about us, don't we? Because then it shows the power of change. It shows the power of recovery. It shows the power of God, if you ask me. It shows the power of God, because ultimately that's what it is, y'all. When we work the steps, we're getting closer to a higher power. We work the steps to get closer to a higher power. We to get closer to him, to get closer to your understanding of your higher power. I call my higher power God. But you do what you do. Recovery is not black and white, y'all. I don't know how you're going to get to your spot in recovery. I don't know how your road is going to be, right? I don't know how many hills. I don't know how many valleys you're going to have to go through. I don't know how many roadblocks you're going to have to hit and jump over it, right? We just don't know. Everybody's road is different. What works for me and what works for Markie might not work for you. But what's important is you need to know that something works. There is something that works out there. We both know it. There's tons of people on this live right now on the comments. They know it too. I know that these comments, a lot of these people are in recovery. A lot of these people want to support people. And when we come together and we share our hope, they come together too. And a lot of people, there might even be people on this live right now that are reaching out and saying, hey, I need some help. We don't know that, do we? Because I can't see all the comments. I'm going to be honest with you. They're flying in. They're flying in. What else we got? Who's got a question? Who's got a question, y'all? Where y'all watching from? Where we at? Where we at? Let's see some cities on the map. Let's see how far we're reaching on this live. We got anybody in Florida? We got anybody in Massachusetts? I know we got some people down in Texas, huh? Oh, there's a Florida right there. Oh, here they come. We got Florida. Well, I want you to see what you're reaching here. Look, you got Florida. Well, I'm already, look, I got so many comments coming in. I don't even know where they're at.
I seen a good one.
Yeah, you got one? Where's it at?
Towards the end by the Florida, right above that. Amanda. Yeah, the same girl that you have up right now.
She got a question?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's got good questions. Amanda, let me give you a shout out real quick, Amanda. I love everything you're doing, sister. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're all proud of you too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She supports us. She supports you. She's been promoting it. She's been on here. She goes hard. She recovers loud like you. She recovers loud like you.
I do. I wear my recovery shirts all the time, man. Mm-hmm. But no, for that question, the 4 babies though, they're actually not mine. They're with the guy I'm seeing. but they are 2, 3, 5, and 6. So 2 sets of Irish twins. I personally haven't really talked about recovery stuff with them. I'm not sure if he has, but they do attend meetings. They know what meetings are. They know what happens at meetings. I mean, they're just really young. They don't really get it. So, I mean, when they're old enough, probably. But being 2, 3, 5, and 6, they like to go to meetings because they get to see their friends and they get to play with toys. And, I mean, they sit and listen, but I don't really know if they fully understand. I mean, when I was 2, 3, 5, and 6, around that time, I mean, I didn't fully comprehend what my parents were doing. So, I mean, probably when they're older, yes. But right now, they just attend meetings and they love going into the playrooms and just being there and being kids and being safe and meeting other kids, I guess. I don't know.
Were they there when I spoke? There was
No.
a bunch of kids up there, but I'm gonna tell you what, there was a bunch of kids up there right to the right of me when I spoke. They were all well-behaved kids. They were so quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that wouldn't have been my kids.
You even said that. You were like, my kids wouldn't be that.
Yeah, if Daddy was up there trying to speak, my kids are trying to speak over Daddy.
Yeah.
Because they're just like their daddy. I don't think that
they were there, though. But they have been to quite a few meetings, yeah.
Right on. Good question, Amanda. Good question. Amanda's out of South Carolina. She's representing hardcore that South Carolina. We got Greg, my brother right here out of Pensacola, Florida. We got another sister out here with an amazing story right here. Heather out of Nashville, Tennessee.
She recovers out loud, too. I love that it says she recovers out loud, too. I mean, her
yes, she does.
Picture, #SoberLife. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she does.
Hey, that's him. That's downstairs. That's Matt.
What's up, Matt?
My boyfriend.
I met Matt. Did I or no?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I'm like, huh? There he is right there, y'all. That's my guy, Robert. We got another Minnesotan right here, Justin Robinson. What's up, brother? Lindsay out of Kentucky. What's up? Kentucky in the house. Ooh, we got Erica out of Kentucky, too. We got a few people out of Kentucky, y'all, and Tennessee. We even got Lacey Moore out of Kansas. What's up, Lacey? I see you. Christine in Minneapolis. I think she's from the Mankato area, though, y'all. She's in Minneapolis.
That's my grandma.
There you go. That's Grandma. Good morning, or good evening, Grandma. Sorry, I almost said
she
good
just
morning.
got Facebook. I'm so proud of her. I love how she types out and then uses the dots. She's learning.
Oh, yeah, she got it good. Wow, yeah.
Shout out Grandma Joyce.
Shout out to Grandma Joyce. Thank you for tuning in, Grandma. Look at you. Getting it on social media. Look at that. I love it.
Me too.
I'm excited about that. We got another one out of Minnesota, Brownsdale.
That's my cousin.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming she related to you. She got the same last name.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. We got another one out of Kentucky. We even got some Williamsburg, Kentucky. What's up, Brittany? How you doing, sister? We got Lynette out of Vegas. What's cool about Lynette and Sally? I think Sally's in Facebook jail, y'all. But Lynette and Sally met up today. They met up today, and it was a connection made. One of them, I believe, is from South Carolina. The other one lives in Vegas. Lynette's on, I think you're on vacation in Vegas, and you met up with her, connected with somebody from Against the Odds, which was pretty cool. Shout out to Lynette and shout out to Sally Devine out there. I know you're watching, Sally. I know you can't comment. You locked up. We know how it is, huh, Mark? We don't want to say you locked up, though. We don't, because I don't want this live shutting down. Markie's good, y'all.
Yeah, I'm not in Facebook jail.
Yeah. There's Joe Fowler out of Springfield, Missouri. We got Oklahoma right here. That's right. What's up, Jeff? Oh, there's Lisa. Lisa from the Hope Shot. I'm going to be going on the Hope Shop next week, y'all. Next week, Wednesday, telling my story. Put that in your calendar. Virginia in the house. we down in the bayou too, Louisiana. My boy Dale's down there watching, straight out of Austin. That's your boy that put us out there with the beehole stuff. That's right, bro. That's right. Get him. He looked too. I seen him. You owe him one. That's my girl Heidi Porter out of Maine. What's up, sister? Amy Lee out of Iowa. Misty's out of Texas. We got some Austin minutes. Definitely want to put Brad up there. Brad's the man. I remember him. Yep. Katrina's out of Missouri. What's up, Katrina? I see you, sister. We got a Blooming Prairie, Minnesota. Melissa, what's up, Melissa?
Missy.
Spreading hope across the nation. Yeah.
For real though.
Yeah, that's your hope. That's your hope we're getting to spread. Isn't that cool though? Just think, Markie. Just think. Think back when you were struggling, right? I don't know if there was any kind of Facebook stuff coming in on your feed, but now if you're struggling, hopefully some Facebook stuff will come in, and maybe we don't have to Google Facebook. We can search Facebook too, y'all, just like we can search Google. There's addiction resources out there. Facebook kind of works like Google too. You can search too. Google's a good tool too. I hope that this live and this technology and what we're doing here is actually that it's actually making a difference for real. What's up? Somebody comment something?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down and look then. Oh, you want him to show the tat? I remember you showing me that tat. Tell him about it.
You can't really see it. Oh, where is it at?
Jeff Smith, what's up, brother? White Bear Lake. I can see it. Tell us what it means.
It's a warrior in recovery. Like a woman warrior in recovery, and she's holding like a big book.
Okay.
I'm horrible at showing this off.
It looks good. You got that for your year of sobriety, didn't you?
Yep.
Yep. I remember you sent me a picture of it. Brian said that's a nice tattoo. I'm trying to watch my language, but I'll put it up there. Look at that.
Heck yeah, we are.
Y'all friends yet? Y'all gonna have to friend request each other. Yep, y'all got a lot in common. For sure.
I always meet a lot of cool girls on your pages. They're very supportive.
There's a lot of supportive women on there that just want to love up. I mean, they're there waiting on women to struggle so they can come and grab them. Like you said, let me go back to that. Like you said, guys and gals. Okay, guys and gals. I learned from my mistake too, and my mistake put me 3 years into the joint. 3 years into the joint. It put me on a 6-month bender. Thank God I didn't get any more time. I just went in and did my time that I had over my head, and I didn't commit a new crime. So thank God for that. But I had to learn from my mistake, y'all, because what was going on was I had a higher power, and it didn't have anything to do with the steps. I wasn't doing anything. I was going around meetings to hang around meetings, to be around meetings. Yeah. And yes, I was going for meetings for the wrong reasons. I was hooking up with girls at meetings while I was in a relationship with another girl who didn't go to meetings. Okay? What happened was this girl decided she didn't want to be with me no more. I wasn't spiritually fit to handle that. She wanted to see someone else. And like a normal person would, or someone with some character, they wanted to tell me to break it off and be courageous about it. And I couldn't take it. So what did I do? I verbally assaulted, you name it, I did it. And then I went out and relapsed. And why I relapsed when I sat in prison to learn is because I hung around the meetings. I hung around those meetings. I didn't work on nothing about myself. I was too busy being in a relationship. I was too busy worried about what old girl thought or how she was going to do this and how we were going to do that, right? I didn't focus on me. I hung around meetings and I hung around churches and I hung around these things every day, but I did not change anything about me. And when something happened, like in a relationship, things happen. And guess what, guys? We suck at relationships. And guess what, girls? We suck at relationships. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So I don't know why when people get in recovery, they want to hook up with the world. Oh my God, I'm sober now. I just got to go out and get me a good girl and I got to get me a good guy. No, we don't. No, we don't. That's where we get trapped. Because I'm telling you, when we stop doing drugs and alcohol, the devil get us some other way. And if it's a relationship, so be it. That'll be how he gets us. Because there's other things that bring us back to use it. And I'm telling you, that's one of them. That's one of them. I've been around a little bit. So, and I rarely see when two people are in recovery, when there's two people in early recovery in a relationship, when something goes south, one of them, if not both of them, does not fall. One of them, if not both of them, falls. Someone always ends up hurt in the relationship, and someone's not usually fit in that relationship because it's early. I wasn't ready for a relationship when I got out. I know that. But boy, I was ready for one if you asked me, but my sponsor told you no. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't. And looking back, I wasn't. And I wasn't spiritually fit, because if something would have happened, it would have happened the same way it happened last time. I relapsed. I went to prison for 3 years. I even relapsed in there. I tried to stay sober in prison too. I had every intention to get out with 3 years of sobriety. That didn't work. I got out with 10 months. But it's the truth, y'all. There's a reason why when girls reach out to me, I'll talk to you. I will talk to you. But when it comes to working with you and sending, I want to send someone to you. I want to send another woman to work with you, to mentor you, to sponsor you, to support you. Because men and women, when we start to support each other, we get it all misconstrued, y'all.
Yeah.
We get it all misconstrued. For real. For me, I have my boundaries like that. I have to protect my boundaries like that, because it's the truth, y'all. It's the truth. It's a very, very slippery, dangerous slope, like she said, to get in a relationship early on. You know, a lot of people tell you a lot of different things. I'm just going to tell you my experience. My experience is I failed at it. And when I did it, what happened was I wasn't doing anything about me. And then when something didn't go as I thought it was planned, right? Because if I'm not working on my recovery, I can't accept life on life's terms. So anything that doesn't go my way is going to fluster me. So I fell short when that happened. And that's just my experience on the matter. What's up, y'all?
Just reading.
Oh, no, I'm asking them. What's up, y'all? Yeah, codependency too. Yeah, there's so much stuff. It's like, yeah, it's something else though. It really is. It really is. I just think it's funny because I've done it so many times. It's like, oh my goodness, I've straightened my life up. Oh, I better go get in a relationship. Now every girl wants to be with me. I'm in a halfway house. I've been sober for 30 days. I'm about to get my license. I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. This is what my sponsor told me early on. He said, what do you got to offer a girl right now? I had 10 months of sobriety. I was like, companionship. He was like, no, you got to offer her nothing right now. Nothing. If you offer her anything, you're offering it to her in the wrong way anyway. And I looked at him and he was serious. And I thought about it. And I knew that he was right. He told me that if I was to hook up with a girl, I'd be using her. Because I had nothing to offer her at that time. For me to even pursue a relationship would be moving backwards in my recovery. That spoke to me. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to listen to him. I'm just going to surrender to him. Because I honestly didn't know how to stay out of jail. And that was my thing. Didn't know how to stay sober. Didn't know how to stay out of jail. Somebody said they got a dream date. Who's talking in these comments? Robert said you did great. I don't know if you've seen that.
I did.
That's right, Bill. Bill said, "I'm far from perfect, but I'm clean and sober, and life goes on." That's right. That's right. Man, I'm telling y'all, we had a great time tonight, didn't we? It did. Marky, you're sick. We don't want to keep you on here. You did a marvelous job telling your story, and we should definitely close this live out and end this on a good note, because honestly, I think we got a lot out. Your story was very powerful. I really could relate a lot with you, and I wanted to talk a little bit. And this is what happens every time I go to clear us out, ain't it? But I just thought of something. So your Aunt Michelle, okay?
Yeah.
Your Aunt Michelle, I used to have an Aunt Dawn. I lived in a very unstable life as well. I didn't feel a lot of love as a kid. My parents were alcoholics. They were separated. My mom talked crazy about my dad when my dad was around, and vice versa. But I had an Aunt Dawn, and my Aunt Dawn, man, she really she really was special to me, and she died at 52. But I was in recovery when she passed away, and I got to go down and see her and stuff like that. But your story just it related. I could definitely relate a lot, even small things like your aunt. You know what I mean? Kind of being the light for you.
Yeah.
You know, because like we can't choose our parents, but what happens is our higher powers put people in our lives to speak this, to show us that hey, he's got us. He's put people in our lives, and sometimes it's our aunts, sometimes it's our grandmothers, sometimes it's, you know, other people that we least expected, but a lot of times it's our family members. God will use anybody to get us back into a healthy spot, y'all. That's for sure. Well, here's what's going to happen. What I'll do is I'll let you say a closing statement. I'll let you, just if you want to just leave them with a message, and then we'll say goodbye to you, and then I'll close us out. How's that sound?
It's good. I don't know what to say though. I don't know.
What do you want? I mean, so if you could tell someone something, okay? Think of it like this. If you could tell, and I know you've probably said it already, but you could repeat it again too. If you could tell someone something today that you've learned over your life and this recovery journey, one of the most important things that you've learned, maybe it's not to beat yourself up. Maybe it's to accept things as they come. Maybe it's to take it one day at a time. Maybe it's, sometimes these cliche things can be the most profound things that open our eyes.
Yeah. I just had something I was going to say. What was I going to say, man? I totally. No. Yeah, just you have to be selfish in recovery is the main thing. You have to, like, there's times where I need meetings and I just need my recovery or I need my sponsor. But the big thing that was very hard for me to do in the beginning was picking up the phone. You got to pick up the phone. I mean, you got to call somebody, anybody. And it's still hard for me to do. I mean, there's times where I think I can handle the situation myself, but it usually leads to me calling my sponsor and being like, well, that was stupid. But I've gotten a lot better at it. But picking up the phone and reaching out for help is a big thing that we should do. That's my big thing right there. And just be selfish, work on yourself. And don't give a shit what anyone else thinks. I mean, if you're in recovery, just, I don't know, I tell everyone, I make shirts. So I make shirts that talk about my recovery and say stuff about recovery. And I wear them all the time. And I ain't afraid. And I have those key tags on my keychain. They're like this long now, and I carry them everywhere. I actually had a girl at the restaurant compliment me for my year sober, and she didn't even know me. She was just my waitress because she's seen them.
Yeah.
But I don't hide it from anyone, because if I did hide it, then I don't know. I just don't hide it. I just gotta let everyone know that I'm in recovery, and that's how I live.
Loud.
Very loud. Very loud.
Recovering loud.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to thank you for taking the time, for real, taking the time to come and share your story, even though you've been sick for a few days. Your children are sick. They're knocking on the door. We had to take a couple breaks so you could water up, because it's, you're not feeling so hot. but you still mounted up like a warrior. You still mounted up like a recovery warrior. You still suited up, put that against the odds hoodie on. You was like, I got this. I got this. I'm gonna tell my story.
Yeah.
And you did it, sister. You did it. You did it. And we had a lot of people on here watching you. We got a lot of shares. We had a lot of comments. So I know you're looking through them now, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you off the screen. I'm gonna take you off the screen, and then I'll close us out of this live. And then you go and you keep looking at those comments. You go reply to all them comments because all those people showed you love. I always encourage the guests that come on to go through the comments and say thank you and talk to some of these supporters that some of them you might not even know and you might become friends with them, like Amanda.
She's cool.
Yeah, Amanda's cool. Yeah, Amanda is super cool. Amanda is super cool. Shout out to Amanda. Shout out to all the Against the Odds team that showed up here tonight. Shout out to the Hope Shop team that showed up here tonight too. I seen a couple of them in here. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for sharing this live. Thank you for promoting this page. Thank you for supporting Markie and her story. Thank you for encouraging us to continue to share our recovery and to be loud as with it. Huh? And to be loud as with it. That's how we got to do it. We do. Some of us got to be loud because let's keep it real. Not everybody can be loud as us. So the ones that can be loud should be loud for the ones that can't be. Because there's people out there that are struggling. There's people out there that are in recovery that can't be loud, y'all. They just can't. And the ones that can be loud, that are comfortable with it, man, we got to turn the volume up. We got to turn the volume up like we do we do it every day here. We do it on Saturday nights. It's great. So Markie, thank you for coming on. We are very grateful for you. I'm grateful for your story. We'll have you on again soon. I'm going to try to have everybody on this live that it comes on this live. I'm going to try to get them on at least once a year to see if we can continue just to keep going,
and check changes,
each year your story gets better.
Growing.
Yep, that's right. So what I'll do is I'll pull you off this behind here. You can go about your night. If you're still there when I'm there, then I'll holler at you. But otherwise, go get some rest. I know you're not feeling well. And I'll talk to you soon. I'll probably message you tomorrow or something. I do want to thank you 3 times because that's how I roll.
Peace
I do
out.
Peace. I appreciate you. And incredible story. You showed a lot of strength tonight, and it is very much one of the most powerful stories we had on this live. Just from your strength, sister, from right out the gate, talking about what you talked about and staying strong the whole way.
Yeah.
Killed it. Thank you. I'm gonna pull you behind now. All right. Say wave to everybody. Bye. There you go. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for being here with me and Markie as we shared her hope tonight, as we shared her story of what happened in her life, right? And what it's like today, what she's overcome. Markie, thank you, sister, for coming on. Thank you. Thank each and every one of you for coming on here and spending your time with me and all of us on this Saturday night. I do appreciate that so much. Y'all already know. And hey, let me give you a plug on there. Next Saturday, we got Daryl Glaze coming on, y'all. Next Saturday, we have another live feed on Saturday night. I will not see y'all tomorrow morning. Remember, Sunday mornings, I'm not going to go live. I'll be live on Monday morning, right? I'll be live on Monday morning. I just wanted to give you all that reminder. I do appreciate each and every one of you for being here, y'all. Thank you for helping us share this. Thank you for helping us to promote recovery, positivity, helping us to inspire people to change their lives, y'all. This is what's up, y'all. This is what's up. This is what we live for. We live to spread hope to the hopeless, y'all. Thank you for helping me to spread hope to the hopeless tonight. You all have a great weekend. Peace out, y'all. When you're blessed with a new life and you come from the trenches, man, you just want to tell everybody about it because there's hope. And when there's hope, there's lots of change.